Hey guys, Kirk here from Kirk's Aquariums, bringing you another episode. So this week we're talking about the Siamese Algae Eater. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so Siamese Algae Eater. Really good fish here, guys. Actually quite a nice looking fish as well, as you can see here. They don't start off this big. They usually in fish shops you'll sort of see them at like the 1.5 inch, 2 inch sort of size. These guys are about 3-4 years old now, so they're a little bit bigger. You can see this big one here. But these guys do an amazing job of eating algae. And not just one particular type of algae either. They eat a wide variety of algae, a lot of hair algae, blackbeard algae. They'll eat your diatom algae as well, which is what a lot of your smaller algae eaters like your Otocinclus and stuff are renowned for, just eating the diatom sort of algae. These guys will eat that plus more. So really good if you've got a planted tank. Get yourself a Siamese Algae Eater. You know, I wouldn't recommend them for, say, like a nano tank or anything like that. But if you've got like a 40 gallon or sort of bigger, then yeah, absolutely. I'd recommend you get yourself either 1 or 3 or more, not 2. Just from experience, I find one of them always seems to pick on the other. When you have 1, it's fine. When you have 3 or more, you sort of get this effect, which is like I guess like they're a shoal sort of fish. So they're not necessarily a schooling fish, but they do like to hang out in a group together like this. And I think when you buy more than like 3 or more, they sort of form a bit of a hierarchy with each other, and so they're not as picky with each other. I got a small one in here as well. He's still growing out a bit. But, pH wise, these guys are fairly adaptable. I've kept them in as pHs, they're in about 6.6, 6.8 at the moment. I've seen them being kept all the way up in, 8.2, 8.4. So they're quite good for a variety of different tanks with different tank mates. They're typically not very aggressive towards other types of fish. They can be a little bit like chasey towards some types of fish, but for the most part I have not really ran into a problem with aggression out of the Siamese Algae Eater. They'll do a bit of like that to each other, where this guy's obviously a bit more dominant, but they're not enough to do some like serious damage to each other or other fish. They're like I said, really good in the community tank. They'll eat your algae, but they'll also eat leftover flake food or any of your food that you put in there. They'll eat that. As they get bigger, to eat your meaty sort of base foods like your fish food and flakes and stuff like that. When they're young, they'll be really into the algae, especially if you've got a lot of it. They'll just really start chowing down on the algae. But when they get sort of this size, they're really after more of like a meat-based diet. They will eat the algae, but as you can see, like my plants do not have any algae on this tank whatsoever. Like these guys keep this tank so clean. So they're relatively cheap fish as well. Most fish stores you'll probably pay around about $7 or $8 for one. Usually you get them small enough, they'll do it usually they've got a special like buy 3 for $20 or something like that. Just depends on your local fish store. But for the most part, they're readily available. Most places are going to have your Siamese Algae Eaters in here. And temperature-wise, they are a tropical fish, way up to 28, 30 degrees, like 80, 82. I wouldn't expect them to thrive at 82 or higher for long term. So, for the most part, they are quite a good fish and a really good cleanup fish, if you will. Not dedicated to just cleanup, they still need their own dedicated diet and stuff. But these guys do an amazing job of finding leftover fish food or uneaten fish food, eating that up, keeping your plants really clean. So yeah, if you've got a heavily planted tank, this is a small investment to keeping your plants from algae free. Very cheap, cost-effective way of removing a wide variety of algae fish tank. So here you have it, guys, the Siamese Algae Eater. I hope this video was helpful. I try to make it a little bit shorter this time, doing at least a video a week for you guys. If I can get myself some more time in between managing all these tanks and breeding fish and working full time, I will try and do at least 2 videos a week, but for now I'm happy with the 1 video a week, and I really hope you guys are starting to enjoy some of my content. And you know, if you are, don't forget to hit that like button. You know, if you want to see more of my content in the future, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Anyway guys, I will see you guys later and hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.